What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on MMTLP and FINRA Saga.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And for today's video guys, I have a really amazing news. Potentially, we found out the path how you can sell your MMTLP shares and it might happen quite easily, and today I will show you how you can achieve these results. So on top of that guys, I will show you even more evidence that Next Bridge Hydrocarbons and its board of directors is extremely shady entity. And I have to remind you that we cannot have a partial justice. If something went wrong, it needs to be fixed. So, and before we dive deep into all of this, guys, please hit the like button for YouTube algorithm and drop me a line in the comment section if you think my videos are valuable for you. And let's begin again with this open letter. I told you that Daniel had to remove this letter on February the 1st, but for some reasons he didn't do it, and here is his explanation. He wrote this tweet 16 hours ago. I'm out of town this weekend as a guest speaker at a military ball, so I can't finalize everything by Monday. To maximize impact, I am extending our campaign until February the 5th, with the letter going out to Congress and media by the February the 7th. Thanks for your patience. So, this is quite clear explanation why we still have a chance to sign this petition. And guys, if you didn't sign it and if you don't know what does it mean, you can read this open letter. And this open letter, will be used by Daniel in his litigation, and he will send this to Congress. So it's up to you, but definitely I signed it because I know that every possible path to the resolution might bring us the result. So let me show you further. Just yesterday, Mark Basil updated his litigation, and I covered it in my previous video, but here we have some follow-ups. Let me quote you just a couple of them. So, Mark Basil wrote in response to the space call that was hosted by Roman Soups, and the main topic of this space call was the intercoastal reply. So, Mark wrote, because the shares she owned could not be delivered to her by law, so her damages is the value of the stock, period. And to be honest, I don't know what is he talking about, but the response is quite interesting. Puzzled Raccoon wrote this, but that's still zero. And Mark responded, actually it depends. The court will decide what she is entitled to if we get the complaint approved to be filed. Then there will be intense discovery into all areas of this mess. Remember, it is not just the failure to control and possess the certificates and shares under federal and state securities laws. There is a huge Florida RICO claim that they are forgetting about, that carries serious damages outside of the value of the shares. And this is very important statement. First of all, guys, if the complaint is approved, it will be an intense discovery process. And what does it mean, guys? Take a look right here. Discovery in the law of common law jurisdiction is a phase of pretrial procedure in a lawsuit in which each party, through the law of civil procedure, can obtain evidence from other parties. This is by means of methods of discovery such as interrogations, requests for production of documents, requests for admissions and depositions. Discovery can be obtained from non-parties using subpoenas. When a discovery request is objected to, the requesting party may seek the assistance of the court by filing a motion to compel discovery. Conversely, a party or non-party resisting discovery can seek the assistance of the court by filing a motion for a protective order. And guys, this is very important to understand because in this discovery process, parties have to ask each other for some details, for some documents or other facts. But you have to know what to ask your counterparty. If you don't know what to ask, basically this process is useless for you. On top of that, guys, I have to admit that MMTLP community for now knows a lot about the shady actions that is related to the short sellers positions, naked shorting and other shady parts of MMTLP case. This means, guys, if the judge makes a decision in our favor, it will be a huge breakthrough in our case. On top of that, guys, the value of the shares is not the amount of payments that you have to receive, because of the RICO claim that was filed in the lawsuit by Intercoastal. And that is a very important statement as well. On top of that, guys, here you can see that Puzzle Raccoon responded. You're putting the cart before the horse on that. And Mark wrote, if the court grants the motion, it changes everything. Still need to prove every claim, but it will be a subject to discovery. So, on the one hand, yes, we don't have these rulings yet. But on the other hand, guys, the most recent update of Intercoastal versus TRCH lawsuit is very promising, and yesterday I showed you all the details of this most recent filing. On top of that, guys, take a look right here. Fox Hunter, again, in response to Mark Basil's tweet that is related to this update, wrote the following. MMTLP, I haven't seen anyone ask where is the money, like the actual money. I had approximately 20k invested at $5 per share. Yes, it went down to $2.9 before the U3 halt, but I had money that was frozen. Did the money disappear? We are talking millions of dollars, millions. And Rick Ocelot wrote, your money is in NextBridge hydrocarbons. There is no public market for NextBridge because they don't have a CUSIP and don't trade as a result, so it's hard to assess the value of those shares. But your money hasn't exactly disappeared. And Mark responded, the actual money is gone. Value is a different question. If you bought your shares pre-halt, then the broker and its client got your money. If you bought directly from MMAT, that money is long gone too. The question now is who is going to pay for it? Or as Rick Ocelot said, the value may still be found in NextBridge, whatever that may mean at this time. And guys, yes, the intrinsic value of NextBridge hydrocarbon shares for now is close to zero because of the most recent news that NextBridge lost the Orogrande Basin and they didn't do anything in order to improve this position. And within a minute I will show you how miserable all the statements that was made by Greg McCabe are at this moment, and it is just another smoke and mirrors. At the same time, guys, I told you that we have some kind of snapshot of the U3 halt position. And the main point, the crucial point, I would say, of this entire saga is that at the end of trading days, at the very beginning of December of 2022, we had a lot of shady actions from the wrongdoers, and these actions led to the situation where we are now. And that is why, guys, in my opinion, the value and the payments for your damages should be much higher than the intrinsic value of the NBH shares right now. And Mark is also pointing to this RICO claim, and this RICO claim will definitely improve the payments, will make these payments much higher. And that is why, guys, I still think that the payments might be quite substantial in order to cover all the damages that you have at this moment. On top of that, guys, let me remind you that just yesterday I showed you this step-by-step instruction from Roman Soups, and this instruction is just a blueprint of potential path how you can transfer your shares from AST to the broker-dealer. And in the comment section under the yesterday's video, I have a lot of questions about the real results of this scheme. And guys, I don't know for now, has anyone transferred his or her shares successfully from AST to the broker dealer, but this instruction is published on the AST website. This means, guys, potentially it might be a very important path how you can transfer your shares back. On top of that, guys, take a look right here. Again, Mark Basil, in response to Roman Soup's space call, responded this: private 144 sale raccoon. And Platinum Sparkles wrote, is this right? And she added the link to the rule of 144. Here is the definition: selling restricted and controlled securities. And as you can see, we are on official sec.gov website, and this rule was published on January 15th of 2013. And guys, this rule explains how you can sell restricted and controlled securities. And here is the conditions that should be met in order to sell these securities. And take a look right here, guys. I'm not so confident in the details of these procedures, but let me show you this. Roman Soups wrote this: that's rule 144 for restricted and controlled securities, but I don't think it applies next bridge shares are registered on S1. And Jennifer asked Mark Basil, what's your thoughts? And Mark responded, it does. So guys, I have to admit that we have to rely on the opinion of professionals, and if Mark Basil thinks that this rule is applicable to our case, so be it. Let's try to sell these shares. And Jennifer also asked, will you be back on Spaces soon? Too much confusion, and it would be great to give an educational space. And Mark responded, I'm considering it, maybe sometime next week. And this means, guys, potentially within a week or so, Mark Basil will be a guest on someone's space call, where he explains how this rule might be used in our case. And this is, guys, this is a real bombshell, because potentially, because of the recent blueprint of the actions, how you can transfer shares from ST, and with this 144 rule, potentially you can sell your shares. And yes, you heard me correct. On top of that, guys, the value of the shares is not the fraction of a penny. And guys, everything that I'm talking about is just my thoughts based on the facts that I can, basically I show you. And the value of the shares will depend on the RICO claims. On top of that, guys, you have to keep in mind that these procedures, if it is applicable to our case, will not be available before the judge makes his rulings on intercoastal versus trade station case. That is why, guys, we have to keep an eye on Mark Basil's case, because it is the crucial point of our current position, and depending on the decision, we might have a real victory in our case. And guys, take a look at another quite interesting news. You know that I told you multiple times we cannot have a partial justice. The justice has to cover all shady parts of this case. And here you can see that again Roman Soups wrote this: MMTLP, where is Delvina at? Delvina, wellness check, how's your lawsuits? And he refers to his own tweet that he wrote on March 15th of last year. And here you can see the screenshot of Delvina Yuka, and previously she was a chief operating officer for over a year on Next Bridge Hydrocarbons, but for some reasons she didn't mention about this experience in her LinkedIn account. And this is another quite shady part, because you know that all of the members of the board of directors stepped down right after Next Bridge Hydrocarbons was established. So on top of that, guys, take a look right here. Samantha wrote this tweet. Again, she found out quite interesting fact. 4 months ago, on October the 8th of last year, Karma Collect said NextBridge Hydrocarbons investors deserved answers now. Drew expressed strong frustration with McCabe's timelines and dismissed them entirely. But then nothing happened. They pivoted to phone calls Congress again. See any MMTLP patterns? And here you can see that she added her tweet that she wrote just yesterday. She wrote, 68 days ago, after losing leases to largest oil asset, McCabe told MMTLP investors the following: no one has heard from McCabe since. And here is the direct speech basically from the official PR statement of Greg McCabe. And here is the date, November 25th of 2024. He said, 2024 has seen many operational challenges and a few setbacks, but we have met them all and will continue to do so unwaveringly. This is an exciting and rewarding time, and I look forward to updating our loyal shareholders on what the team here at NextBridge continues to accomplish on multiple fronts as we bring the year to close. So, and he was talking about the intrinsic value of NextBridge Hydrocarbons shares, and let me remind you that previously it was a newco company that had to be an improvement of the intrinsic value of NextBridge Hydrocarbons shares. But we don't have any results of this company, and we don't have any mentions of this company. On top of that, right after the Orogrande Basin was lost by NextBridge, Greg McCabe stated that by the end of 2024, we will see some results that will improve the intrinsic value. But since then, guys, we don't have any updates at all from Greg McCabe's side, and this is another quite shady position. On top of that, guys, take a look right here. Also, Samantha wrote this tweet: it looks like John Burda and Karma and due diligence need to get their stories straight. John Burda said, I only met Andrew after the halt, and due diligence said, I knew John Burda long before I came into MMTLP community, long before I knew any of you efforts. Who is telling the truth? So guys, again, on the one hand it is not the big deal, but on the other hand, guys, it is a completely opposite information from two crucial, let's say, for some reasons, crucial people in our community. That is why, guys, it is very difficult to believe in their statements, and that is why, guys, in my opinion, the only possible path to the resolution is definitely the litigation path. And in my opinion, with this video, I pretty much prove my words.
And guys, let me tell you my personal story. I have a wife and two children aged 11 and 15, as well as a small dog. After 30 years of living in Russia near the Baikal Lake, we decided to move. Now we reside in Serbia. Although I don't own any MMTLP shares, I invest a lot of time creating daily MMTLP videos. I have been doing this every day without days off and holidays for more than 1.5 years. Now I wish to buy back this time from my family, from my children. We've agreed that I will ask the MMTLP community to support me, and I will give all the money to the children. Therefore, if you believe that I am providing useful content for you and wish to support me, you can join my Patreon account. For $5 a month, I will add your name to my list of supporters if you wish. Thank you in advance. The link you can find in the description below. So, I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, and see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life, I'm crazy, I'm mad. Doing